There is a story told most often by itinerant fungus farmers deep in their cups or by hucksters keen for a mark that describes what some call the Mother of the Sumps, the first and greatest of all the sump crocs. They claim that the beast that eventually came to be known as Old Three Eyes started out as a cute if somewhat snappy pet purchased by an up-hive noble from an off-world trader for a sum that would make a guilder wince. The pet was gifted to the noble's favourite daughter in celebration of her majority, but within the year the creature had grown to such a size that she threatened her mistress's life and limb. After the pet ate the governess and 3 of the house's yeomen, she was forced down a sluice tube, never to bother the house again. A hardy beast of muscle and tooth, the creature survived the ordeal and was later discovered in the Underhive by members of House Goliath, having grown huge, not to mention sprouting 2 additional heads. Goliath gangers captured the beast, though not without loss, and turned her over to the House Masters, who cloned her and brought into existence the line from which all Underhive sump crocs are bred. The original creature, so the stories say, grew so large she escaped the breeding chambers and fled into the depths of the sump. There, the drunken fungus farmers claim she resides to this day, a monster capable of slaughtering entire gangs. It is said that bold Goliath gangs can even lure Old Three Eyes out of her lair with the right kind of bait. A trussed-up Delac does the job nicely. Of course, once the lumbering 3-headed beast enters the fray, the gang is advised to keep their distance. G'day and welcome back to Wellywood Wargaming. This one's a fun one with Old Three Eyes. I know that many of you have been eagerly anticipating this one. Before I get into the video though, please do like, share, subscribe and check out the Patreon as well to keep me going on this massive venture as I get through every single Dramatis Personae and special character in the game of Necromunda. 175 credits, Old Three Eyes. This one is a Goliath-only special character to add to the plethora of Goliath-only special characters and Dramatis Personae that we already have. This one's a real fun one though, very different to the rest as it is a giant sump croc, which is really cool. Of course, no official model. You could get the sump croc from Forge World and maybe 3 versions of it and tie the heads together. But I really like the lore on this one, of course, reminiscent of Cerberus, if you're familiar with sort of ancient Greece, I suppose, the 3-headed dog that guards Hades or whatever. This one's got some really cool stuff going on anyway. 175 credits is pretty affordable actually for what this one does, but as you can imagine is just a rampaging close combat monster. Let's look at the stats now though. We've got a movement of 4, which is pretty slow of course, but is the same speed as the rest of a Goliath gang. 2+ weapon skill though, which is fantastic for a monster. No ballistic skill because no shooting that a croc can do. Strength 4, toughness 4, 3 wounds, an initiative of a 5 up and 3 attacks. Mental stats are 8+ leadership, cool of 4+, willpower of 6+, and intelligence 10+. So not the brightest spark in the box there. Impetuous, Nerves of Steel, and Hurl are the 3 skills that we have there. I really like the idea of Hurl on this one because it's kind of just reminiscent of the beast just grabbing you and chucking you with its fanged maw. Nerves of Steel, the real highlight there though, with a cool of 4+, meaning this chick is never getting pinned. Impetuous as well means that you can, instead of following up 2 inches after finishing someone off in close combat, you can do a 4-inch one as well, which I like Impetuous. It's a good skill that people seem to miss out on. It's very situational, but it can be really cool, can get you into cover. And can move you quite a distance, 4 inches, your regular move. It's good on a slow fighter actually like this. Ferocious Jaws as well, which count as a sort of flensing knife, so it's -1 AP I believe. Pretty good. Scaly Hide is the war gear here, which counts as light carapace armor, which is a 4-up save I believe. Other than that, we've got some special rules here. We've got unpredictable, so that you can't be included in group activations, which is fine. You can't benefit from leading by example, and all your attacks gain reckless as well. So if this croc is in combat, you're going to want to stay away with the rest of your Goliaths because she is likely to dish out damage to your own fighters as well. So that's just worth bearing in mind. Reckless is much easier to manage on a close combat fighter than it is on shooting, say, a Storm Welder or whatever. Anyway, 175 credits is pretty good if you're using this in the sort of, Goonhammer bounty system. This one can come up quite often for Goliath gangs. I think it's pretty nice. I mean, let's be honest, it doesn't really offer Goliath gangs anything particularly new, but having a very, very scary roadblock with high toughness, high strength, high weapon skill, and 3 wounds, 3 attacks with a 4-up save that isn't pinned most of the time is quite scary. I think that what Old Three Eyes acts as is indeed that, a roadblock for the game. That said, most of your Goliath fighters are also roadblocks, so there's that too. This one just doesn't have any sort of range on it. But I think the lore is cool enough to be able to include this in your games. You could even use Old Three Eyes as an outcast leader, which would be really fun. Personally, I prefer the idea of just using a giant rat. It's just a 50 credit giant rat or whatever. But yeah, you could totally use Old Three Eyes as a fairly decent close combat orientated outcast leader for 175 credits. I think it's probably about worth it. So that's that. Of course, with that willpower of 6 up as well, you could even make Old Three Eyes psychic and make her into a weird, and actually wouldn't be too much of a bad one with the willpower 6 up. Psychic 3-headed croc, anybody? Sure, why not? Anyway, that's it for me about Old Three Eyes there. I'll be back with another video real soon. Peace out.